Welcome back, everyone. It's always one of the best shows during Speed Weeks, and you can see it right here live on Speed. The Camping World Truck Series is getting ready to hit the track in full force with qualifying and racing this afternoon, and we are counting down to that action at the racetrack here. Now, there are always unsung heroes to any effort in racing, and Bob is standing by with definitely one of the heroes behind the power for Ford. Bob?
That's right. Electronically controlled fuel injection is the story here. But honestly, the story is almost a non-factor, because if you don't raise the hood on one of these cars, the fans won't know the difference. And that's exactly what NASCAR wanted. Doug Yates is one of those guys instrumental in the development of all of this. And you've worked with Ford for years. So, what are the major differences that you guys have been dealing with this EFI in the garage area?
Yeah, well, first of all, it's a very exciting time for engine builders and engineers to come into the sport. So what NASCAR has done is replace the carburetors with a throttle body and the distributor with coils and injectors. So as you see on the dash here, in the past we had the MSC ignition system, and now we have the Freescale McLaren system. So we have new partners in the sport, new technology in the sport, and this is basically the brains for the engine. So it tells it when to fire, when to spark, and controls basically all the functions of the engine that we used to do mechanically.
So no more ignition boxes, and this is the piece right here, the ECU that we see on the dashboard. No more ignition boxes there anymore. Have there been any hiccups whatsoever, and would be any concerns for the remainder of the season, Doug?
The great part about this system is we now have data that we've never seen before. So after every run, we can download that information. The engineers go back and look at it. So it's put a little bit more pressure back on the drivers, because now we see how they shift, if they over-rev the engine. We actually see we have an O2 sensor per bank, so we can adjust the tuning, the air-fuel ratios with those. So there's a lot more information we've ever had before. So it's a new way of operating, but it's a really exciting time for us, and we're looking forward to the race. So far, we haven't had any issues, and Freescale McLaren systems have been really flawless in all the series they've worked with before. So we're looking forward to a great Daytona 500 and a great season.
I'll tell you what, Johnny, we're seeing more and more computers down here in this garage area. Doug Yates, Jack Roush, they're old school guys. Usually see them with their little magnifying lenses and taking a look at the spark plugs. No need for that anymore, although Jack Roush does tell me that just for prosperity's sake, he's going to check them from time to time.
And that's a good thing. You need to see the cat in the hat down there. Thanks a lot, Bob, and thanks to Doug Yates. And NASCAR tells us they chose McLaren to provide that bit of machinery because they have never had an on-track failure. Now it is time for us to check in back at Speed Center with AA Adam Alexander.